While seeing that all phenomena neither come nor go, you strive solely for the sake of all beings. Supreme Guru and Protector Chenrezig, at all times I respectfully pay homage to you with my body, speech, and mind. The perfect Buddhas, source of all well-being and ultimate peace, arise from having accomplished the true Dharma. And since that depends on knowing the practices, I shall explain the way of the Bodhisattva. Having now gained this great ship of freedom and fortune so difficult to find, in order to free yourself and others from the ocean of cyclic existence, listen, reflect, and meditate day and night without distraction. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Attachment to loved ones churns like water. Hatred for enemies rages like fire. In the darkness of ignorance, one forgets what to adopt and what to avoid. Abandon your homeland. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. When negative places are abandoned, disturbing emotions will gradually decline. Without distraction, attention to virtue naturally grows. When the mind becomes clear, certainty in the Dharma arises. Live alone in seclusion. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Family and long-time companions will part from each other. Possessions gained with effort will be left behind. Consciousness, a guest, will leave the guest house of the body. Let go of all worldly concerns. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. In bad company, the three poisons grow stronger. The activities of learning, reflecting, and meditating decline, and love and compassion are lost. Give up such companions. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. When one follows a true spiritual friend, faults will dissolve, and good qualities will grow like a waxing moon. Consider this friend more dear than your own body. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Who can worldly gods themselves imprisoned in samsara protect? Therefore seek refuge in the three jewels, the undeceiving source of refuge. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. The Buddha taught that all the unbearable suffering of the lower realms is caused by wrongdoing. Therefore never do wrong, even at the cost of your life. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Like dewdrop on a blade of grass, the happiness of the three worlds vanishes in but an instant. Strive for the supreme state of never-changing liberation. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. When mothers who have loved you since beginningless time are suffering, what good is your own happiness? Therefore give rise to bodhicitta in order to liberate infinite sentient beings. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. All suffering without exception comes from seeking your own happiness. The perfect Buddhas are born from the altruistic mind. Therefore truly exchange your own happiness for the suffering of others. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if someone driven by great desire steals all your wealth or lets others steal it, dedicate to them your body, possessions, and the virtue of the 3 times. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if someone cuts off your head when you haven't done anything wrong, take all their negative deeds upon yourself through the power of compassion. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if others slander you throughout 1 billion worlds, in return speak with a loving mind of their good qualities. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if someone exposes your hidden faults and insults you in front of others, view that person as a teacher and bow with respect. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if someone you have cared for as dearly as your own child regards you as an enemy, love that person even more, as a mother would her ailing child. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Even if someone of equal or lower status, driven by pride, treats you with disdain, respectfully place them on your crown as your teacher. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Though you may be impoverished and always disparaged, gripped by disease and tormented by spirits, never lose courage, but take on the pain and the misdeeds of all beings. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Though you may be famous and admired by many who bow to you and as rich as the wealth god himself, having seen that worldly fortune is without essence, do not be proud. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. If the enemy of your own anger is not tamed, subduing outer enemies will only make them increase. Therefore, subdue your own mind with the army of love and compassion. This is the way of a Bodhisattva. Sensory pleasures are like salt water. The more you drink, the greater your thirst. Abandon at once all things that bring forth clinging attachment. This is the way of a bodhisattva. The way things appear is your own mind. Mind itself primordially transcends fabricated extremes. Knowing this, do not create concepts of subject and object. This is the way of a bodhisattva. When you come across things that attract you, like a beautiful rainbow in summertime, do not regard them as real and abandon clinging attachment. This is the way of a bodhisattva. All suffering is like the death of your child in a dream. How exhausting it is to hold illusory appearances as real. Therefore, when you meet with difficult circumstances, see them as illusory. This is the way of a bodhisattva. When even one's body must be given up when aspiring for enlightenment, what need is there to mention material things? Therefore, practice generosity without hope of reward or karmic results. This is the way of a bodhisattva. If you lack moral discipline, you cannot accomplish even your own purpose. So wanting to achieve the purpose of others is truly absurd. Therefore, protect your discipline without concern for worldly existence. This is the way of a bodhisattva. For bodhisattvas who desire a wealth of virtue, all harming is like a precious treasure. Therefore, without hostility, be patient with everyone. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Even hearers or solitary realizers who accomplish only their own purpose strive as of putting out a fire on their head. Seeing this, practice with diligence the source of good qualities for the sake of all beings. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Disturbing emotions are destroyed by insight grounded in calm abiding. Knowing this, cultivate meditative concentration that purely transcends the four formless absorptions. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Without wisdom, the other five perfections alone are not enough to reach complete enlightenment. Thus, combined with skillful means, develop the wisdom that does not distinguish among the three spheres. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Unless you examine your own confused ideas, you might look like a practitioner but not be acting like one. Therefore, always examine yourself and abandon confusion. This is the way of a bodhisattva. If you are driven by disturbing emotions and talk about another bodhisattva's faults, it is actually to your own detriment. So don't mention the faults of those who have entered the great vehicle. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Concern for gain and respect causes conflict and a decline in the activities of learning, reflecting, and meditating. So abandon attachment to your circle of friends, relations, and benefactors. This is the way of a bodhisattva. Harsh words disturb others' minds and thus diminish the practice of a bodhisattva. Therefore, abandon harsh speech, which is unpleasant to others. This is the way of a bodhisattva. When disturbing emotions become habitual, it is difficult to reverse them with antidotes. Thus, the soldier of mindfulness wields the antidotes as weapons and destroys disturbing emotion, such as attachment, at the moment they start to arise. This is the way of a bodhisattva. In brief, wherever you are and whatever you are doing, always examine the state of your mind. Act to accomplish the purpose of others through constant mindfulness and awareness. This is the way of a bodhisattva. With the wisdom of threefold purity, dedicate all the virtue gained from having made such effort toward enlightenment. Dedicate it to clear away the suffering of infinite beings. This is the way of a bodhisattva. In accordance with the words of the holy ones regarding the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and their commentaries, I have written these 37 verses on the way of a bodhisattva for those who wish to train on the bodhisattva's path. This composition will not be admired by the learned because my intellect is poor and my education is limited. However, I have followed the sutras and the words of the holy ones, so I believe these ways of a bodhisattva are not mistaken. Still, because the vast deeds of bodhisattvas are difficult to grasp by my simple-minded beings like myself, I beg the forgiveness of the holy ones for the mass of my errors, such as contradictions and inconsistencies. By the virtue arising from this, may all beings give rise to relative and ultimate bodhicitta, and thereby become like the protector Chenrezig, who does not abide in the extremes of existence or peace. Vera Mambishule Dutsing Atans, Vera Mambishute Dutsing Ari. What I Nagota Shangas Shangarwa. What I Jatanchina long Talong Te Jinkorte. The Jatan long Jinkon Dagamdong Roba, Dagamdonchi. What in Dagamdonchi name Dagam Yoni te Fadian Sere Yobachi. What he did to Majin Quarter Truxombrawa or Truxomji. What a treasure Gila Ram and Ram Yige Ram Yuri. Long Jinko Yam Yura, Yamchi, Ram make Jinko Ram Kitsande. Tiden Toba Zom, Mango Zom Yura, Mango Zom, Jivun Dawasi, Tiden Gabala. What a Chigala Namara, the young Jachiva Yolesi. What that in that is a good Shanga Dusanga Sandwa. What did she do to him? Dusanga Chitene, Shanga Dusanga. What in it, that long to put rank no palong trone, rank no palong trone, rank no the palong trone, the long Vadiantel pone, Vadiantic, the young net, long chin made Yabar, made huge chimbo barnete, water, Gabaleti Dutseto, Yaku for it. What in that could what Yakune, what a Madabat is about John, what a John's, what a Chico for it. So now picking up from where we left off yesterday on page 20. So we have just finished cleansing the inner offerings with the mantra on the top of page 20, the Om Kandarohe mantra. So we have blessed and cleansed the inner offerings. And then further on here, then we have the mantra where all phenomena are completely purified into emptiness. And then from the state of emptiness appear wind, fire, and a hearth of skulls. On this from Ah arises a vast and wide Kapala. Inside it from V, Ra, Mu, Shu, V, Ra, Ma, Mu, and Shu arise the 5 nectars, and Na, Go, Da, and so it continues on. And so first looking here at these the mandala of wind and fire and the hearth of skulls. And so first we have from the syllable yam, then the wind mandala appears. And the wind mandala is like the shape of a bow. And on either side of the wind mandala there are silken banners. And then on top of the wind mandala from the syllable Ram, then the fire mandala appears. The fire mandala is triangular in shape, and and then has on top of that a hearth of skulls. So on each of the 3 corners is a skull. So this makes like a hearth. On top of that arises, from the syllable arises a kapala, which is sitting atop the 3 skulls on the fire mandala. And inside that, then we have these syllables listed here, Vira, Ma, Mu, and Shu, which represent the 5 nectars. And so the kapala is filled with these 5 nectars. And so then, from one's nostrils, one then visualizes that from one's nostrils, wind emerges, and the silken banners that are on either side of the wind mandala that is shaped like a bow or like a half moon, then the silken banners begin to flutter. From the fluttering of the silken banners, wind is produced, and then that wind then comes up to the fire mandala with a hearth of skulls and the kapala on top of it. And from the wind kindles the fire, so the fire begins to blaze. And then the 5 nectars that are within the kapala, then they begin to boil. So it's a vast and wide kapala, and then the 5 nectars begin to boil. And it, pardon me, sorry, one thing, and it boils away all impurities.
Kadam Garbos, Jonathan, Kadam Garbot, go on toward the end. What I did Kadam the Caris and Herogate, them choke to you on them Chancho Simple on the Congress. What they do? What the Chancho Simple, Kadam watching it, they won't toward the end.
The Mocho Gikadok Marbe, the Carpore Nocho.
Muchin to Ayora, Kandor, Muko and Dora, Savannah.
Olas.
What in it? Kadam Garura, Kadam Tegarura,
Olas.
What the cheat in it, what in it, Tonda Chanchos and Kadam to them on Torte, they Chanchos and Daily Madus, Palme, Dutsinan, Tanjay songs and Chanchos and Piduts, what in Jay songs and what in the Dutz Lampateri Pata, the Teachiro, the Dutzi Lampateri. Or that to see Lampard part, or to see Nashune, that the Jason and Roy. Or the or the Kandogava, Regiasiva, Kandogava, Regiasiva, the Chone, or the Chancho Sempi, the Chorson, and with
And so at this stage, then all of the impurities of any impurities that were existent within these 5 nectars have now been completely purified. And then the substance within the kapala has become a samaya nectar. And so then one thinks that...
Maybe this better? Yeah, okay. There's one.
Better. Oh, just Drimason. And so then this nectar boils, and the nectar boils producing steam. And then above the kapala, then there is an upside down hung. This upside down hung transforms into a face down white kadvanga. And so then, from this steam and from this flaring, then the Katvanga melts, and it melts, is like the color of quicksilver, and it melts into this samaya nectar. And the samaya, so it drips into the nectar bowl, and then it becomes one with the samaya nectar. And the nature of the nectar that is now inside this bowl is the nature of bodhicitta, the nature of the bodhicitta of the Heruka and the Buddhas. And it is vast, and it is a whitish in color, and it is clear, and it is translucent, and it is the nature of bodhicitta.
Obearse de tamambo berianda sari te dutsiden oma a hong ro zechi oma a hong tele on chone da namke ta sanje changjo semba tamji tukyu yu be changjo sem de sogo ne wa de sogo ne tene de dutsi janzo nang la tem wa tene wa zan chon ne da chi janzo de so rang yi de series wa de so sama go ne yang de dutsi sama sogo ne tene om till ma allting att hon tjänar och den hon tamsäkert ut till Andrene där gick hit ut till så chamber kör som samra och den det kan då garva riktigt så va ja då så jag kasi runt så kasi angina då då jag med jättembo och den kör som samla till då så rang tipsik den gelane och det samik det var det tog knappt en sån som och den rutschig var det tog knappt en sån som och det då att det det当alltså马大我的那在香港都是啊这说第是后来我做换的往自己了他比我的那在他马大是上二公了他马大你所是了约什么的了他话他们讲啥呢在今年让给这女朋友呢提他妈亲戚他们都是叫我这都是说det namn då jag kom på det det är så långt innan det så pent har jag så va och det sitter ni det ringa ja många jag många rangi där den som kör så där samman där då ringa och det chi och det du tene och där det det då kör så det tene tonda nog där det så kör så da gick det ut nyam chinha den ra kala gota då har kommit på så ja där och det nyam då just ja så man borde penta i service då.
And so now continuing on to page 20. So I'm sorry, 21. On page 20 we had those syllables of the V, Ram, Mamu, and Shu, so the syllables of the 5 nectars, which have now transformed into Samaya nectar, the nature of bodhicitta. And now on page 21, from Na, Go, Da, Ha, and Ku arise the 5 meats. And these 5 meats are marked with Hum, Brum, Am, Jim, and Kam. Through purifying, realizing, and flaring, the substances become a vast ocean of wisdom nectar. And so now, above the Kapala, then we have the 5 meats. And from these Nagoda, Ha, and Ku, the 5 meats arise, and the 5 meats are marked with Hum, Brum, Am, Jim, and Kam, which are the seed syllables of the 5 Buddha families. And then we have on the next line these words, purifying, realizing, and flaring. And so actually these directly correlate to what is then happening above and within the Kapala. So first it is purified. It was purified through this boiling. It was completely purified. And then, so there are the syllables Om, Ah, Hong are also above the Kapala. And from this, then, from the Om, Ah, and Hung, this light, they then melt into the Samaya nectar, which now becomes the nature of bodhicitta. And light rays emanate from the Om Ah Hung first, and then they gather all of the blessings of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, and then they gather back into this bodhicitta nectar, receiving completely pure, receiving all of the blessings and becoming vast and purified. And then at this point, then one takes, like with their, so using like these two fingers, so you have the little nectar bowl next to you. So the little inner offering bowl that you are visualizing all this happening is actually at your space, practice space. And so having meditated thus, then one takes a little taste of it and takes it on their tongue. And having tasted it, then one then imagines that one now has experienced uncontaminated bliss and the inseparability of bliss, emptiness. So one rests for a moment in that understanding. And so we have these 5 meats and 5 nectars. And so the 5 meats and 5 nectars, we often think of these different substances as very impure or very dirty. But actually, from the point of secret mantra, then pure and impure do not exist. Actually, there are not these two. All is pure. And so one understands at this point with one's little inner offering kapala that all has become completely pured dutsi. It's completely pure amrita through the power of the 5 wisdoms, the syllables from the 5 Buddha families.
The chi that the Kale can do was that to Shirayo Mantanji Borwa. Or the chi in the Danipa Tormari, or Tormarwa, or Tormate, Tangun Roturma Selamdo, Mot Royaturmatri, or Taturmate, Chingilavia Jipare, that Dutzel, Naji Dormat, Magne, Chingilabo for it. Or the Chingilaptan Jipa Jikan, Dormat, Dutz Yorgo for it. Or the Timon does a Dutch Chingilavia, Dormat in Hanibu Yanchar, Jet and Dongo for the Karsena. I don't match in Jelavarwa.
Lasso de Om Kandurohe, Hompe, and
what the Om Subavia does about them, so did some man don't go, and the Jikan, young Sergeant don't go there.
Then a young hair, then a Shoptrong Nishu,
Or Nishu, my young Sergeant don't go, Jipa is change Lavia.
Lasso.
Or Jipa Jichanchi, then that remarks is Om Kaka Kai Sergeant. What that he Kaka Kai said, the Jetanchin Tanga to Tonda Chinata, very rich. Kaka Kai Senator, so on love shura, or so on love shuri, the Yacha Selet Zumbo that I that than Jumbo the Mombo in Doa, Shaza Selet, Nuji Selet, Gigi Selet, what else is Somala, Yande Dormatia, so Setendu Tonda love shura, the Doa Kaka Kai Sarva Yacha, Berta Bechaza, Amada Avana. Rakin Samaya Yatimba Yatinka, Bazata, Barbata, Zagata, Drama, the Mamagara, Sitsukan Biku, the Sayo Kaban, and Hong Piece, or that thing is that seen Rixari, or that Jeta, on the Shiptachi Mambo Chalota. What is he? Or that though the Tatari, Dormato Yasilan to Saro Puginis, so the one love showed it. Tondatri, or the Mato the Anyamnachi, Chutas or Hachimaji Silanso. What in so Drubachi, don't draw than 2 chen, draw cheese, ropa cheese. What that and do now the love short thing out it on that city, your tree, Jeton the door, Chochon Shinjon Latan, Lewis, and what need Zipan only. Chochon Shinjon Latan, no Jizambo, Jumbotan, Shazai, Nujis, and the Surida. Gigi Mamon Kanroso, Choji to Don Mandes, Lalo, or the Hene Dasha, and your Chancho Betro, and Genius and Tenana be trouble and those on the water rich. What he don't so he Shazai, the no Chochon Shikion said, La Noji Zimbo said, the Sudari, Kaka Sarva, Yasa, Racha, and Water.
Oh, Chikwari.
Oh, Jipare, Tonda, that's all they are, Doma Puginis, Tonda Rotary.
Okay. And so now, next on page 21, so we have imagined our inner offering as this vast, purified bodhicitta nectar. And now next we're going to bless the preliminary torment. It says, as above, which means back on page 20 is the Om Kandarohe mantra that we have recited before, and I know some of you are new here today. So at this point, Drupon says we're going to visualize in the same way of purifying that we have before. So from our heart center, then the red dakinis emanate out. Then they send away all obstructing forces far away so that they can cause no harm, and then they dissolve back into our heart center. So we're doing the same thing here with this preliminary torma. That's the visualization. And then on the next page, 22, there's the Om Kakaka Kahi Sarva Yaksha Raksha and so forth. So Om again opens the mantra, and we have Kaka Ka, which Kahi, this means eat. And then Sarva means all, and then we have Yaksha, Raksha, Bhuta, Preta, Visacha. All of these are different forms of spirits and demons and harm doers, obstacle makers, and so forth. So they're listed here, and that's what's happening here. And so it continues all the way, as we heard Rinpoche say the mantra all the way down to Hong Hong Pet Soha. So we're saying, please, all of you, take this torma and eat it. And also, what we are imagining here as we offer this torma is that we just clearly think and visualize, I'm offering this torma to you. Please take it, and please don't cause any harm or any obstacles to my practice here, but rather be an aid to my practice. And here is this gift of this torma, and it's given to all of you. So all of them are listed here on page 22. Now, when we come to page 23 and read it down, Om guardians of the directions, local guardians, gods, hosts, and nagas. This actually is a translation of what this upper mantra on page 22 means. So the meaning of what's happening here now comes on page 23. So hosts of nagas, humbringers, bloodthirsty demons, elemental spirits, flesh eaters, hungry ghosts, insanity inflictors, memory crippling demons, dakinis, mamos, please accept this torma offering. Help us yogins attain enlightenment, pacify adverse circumstances, harm and injury, and cause the four enlightened activities to be accomplished.
Wajitan Durmaje, Ninja, Karsana, Parpuyak Durmaje, Yar on Yedam Kiturmaje, New Yedam Kiturmate, Taji Wikuri. Parpuyak Durmande, that's a Saman Koran, Dutsan in a Parpukura. What is she Durmate, on Kani, Yedam Durmate, Taji, Takrai, Yedam Takarina, Tishlat, Gina, Durmatrawa.
And so the reason that we offer tormas is to increase merit and wealth, and also to turn away any obstacles or malevolent spirits. And this is as far as the tormas that we offer outside. For example, so for some of them we offer, it increases merit, and some of them turn away obstructors and malevolent ones. But there are two different classes of categories. So there is the Yidam torma, so like the main torma that is representative of the Yidam. And this one stays inside, is something that is not offered. And then there are those that we bless and visualize and transform into nectar, and then bring outside and offer. So there are those two different classifications of tormas.
Oh, that's somebody in Chobatroa. Otan Choba Om Kendaro, who take Cakrasamvara down, Yana took an Kando Mamma Tone, Chobater, Parjan, Gate for Chits to Parjan, Subaba Shudasaran, and Choba Rangikan, Domban, Chobek, Dombaji Yango Shura, the Jipare, Tene, Dombeg on the Ali, Tobe no Yanshi Jachi, and other Hungry, the Choman Chobe Jim Samji, by Sawami, the Sina Baran, or then Choba, the Dombeg on the Ali, Tobe no Yanshi Jachi, but in the Hungry Chomade, Chobe Jim Choba Karina, Kana Kanduk, Choba, Yoba Sisam Danova, Kana Kanduba, Kana Kandu Yobek. One choba there's some not on it, the Teachiing chores on Zamte. Then test judging for chores on Zamtat, some not in root down, because Chigundwa.
So now on page 24, now we have purifying the offerings. And so now it says the inner offerings, but this is a different inner offering, not the inner offering that was on our practice table. But here, when we say inner offering, so here what we're doing is we're purifying the offerings that are on the shrine, those that we have set out on our shrine. So in the same way with the red dakinis and the visualization of all of the offering substances being completely purified and transformed into all that is pure and all that is needed. And so we do that with Om Kandarahe Hom Peit to the offerings on the shrine. And then again, we purify our ordinary grasping into emptiness with the Om Svabhava Shuddha Sarva Dharma mantra. And then next we have from the state of emptiness arises A, from which arises skull cups, each containing a Hong. The syllables melt and turn into inconceivable offering clouds, undefiled nectar and essence, and a variety of distinctive features in appearance. And here, so we have this visualization, again, that is very similar, where we have the skull cups that arise, each containing a hong. Ani dila, ani tupa katsudu, ani tupa sumdu. The Injikela Stropomando Pena, that's good. Tupe
No, Sena Mambo, Choba Caravana, Chanka makes it your money.
Okay.
So, no, the Choba Caravana, Pecha doing Sayon, Toba doing the
So here it says, from which arise skull cups. And so we can, actually, it's not a singular skull cup necessarily. It's, for example, let's say we have the sevenfold offerings set up, then above each of our offerings, whatever we have arranged on the shrine, we can imagine a skull cup, each containing a hong. The syllables, like before, melt and turned into inconceivable offering clouds and undefiled nectar and essence. And although they display a variety of distinct features. So basically, whenever we're doing this step, what we're doing is we're taking kind of these physical offerings and transforming them into something that is the nature of Dutsi, of Amrita. And that they're extremely vast.
Tene dati ngajin to ombaza argan avong sena ombaza argan avong se om techi ade oma avong dong rita baza argam sena dorjen choyong la shura dorjen choyong dong rwa wa te chi du dorjen choyong oma avong se tan choba chinji la ya le choba china rwa wa te argam te ta mama che de hege rwa maza argam choyong se te enza manam se
Kare dijin la konta ko
choba china res then choba china rwa
lasso
then meza argam a hong dong chakre ta om the a yo jebli dorjen choyong serwa dorjen choyong se te enza manam se na te hiesi ya wa de zhouja nam se na santor se gol pa dorya sanwa chu dorya no serwa santor wa de ta de chama dorje da oma a hong den do shwa chama chinji la ya rwa ba ding se na shapsi rwa te bube me tho chi dube
Parim Parim di
Padim to shapsi ra gamba chya rwa
so
tene bube se na terba me tho chi dube se na bo chi ode alo ge se na terwa man me chi gende se na choyong se jin do wa se chi choyong ma re chichap se warwa chichap chi nebe de sen shizi ti de shabda sen ru mo ra wa to ti ta dorjen choyong shapsi dorje 티 상마ትን 코쇼라 dorjee 그랑지 다 장아 dorjee 티바 dorjee 크자 창시도 어텐디 테 옴팅 고트라도 테 아홍지도 친지라비아 어테 코쇼리.
And now next we have on page 25 where we're going to perform the purification of the offerings, where, for example, first it says Om Vajra Argam Ahung. And so first we open up with Om, and then we have a Vajra Argam, which means like Vajra water for drinking, Ahung. And so we have actually, we can see the Om at the beginning, Om, and then at the end, Ahung. So this is the blessing. So we're blessing the Vajra water. So we have Om Ahum. And with every offering further down, we're going to have Om Ahung. And in the middle of the second one, we have Vajra Ansamanam. And Ansamanam is a water offering, and it is a water offering to wash the face. And then in between the Om Ahung and the next one, we have Vajra Prokshanam, which is like misting water, like water to kind of spray to purify and cleanse, like a mist. And then we have Om Vajrapadyam Ahung, which is water to wash the feet. And so we're blessing that water. Om Vajrapushpam Ahung, so Pushpam are flowers. And then in the next one we have Dupam, which is incense, Vajra Alokam, which is candlelight or like a butter lamp, and then Gandham, Om Vajragandham Ahung, which is like a scented, scented pure water. And then Om Vajra Nawite, so Nawite is like a food, like offering to the taste senses. And then the last one, Om Vajra Shapta, which is a music offering. And all of these have been purified with the Om Ahung together.
then choba to zamanda yabo so chi zamanda ngam thambo chi te yabo chi ko ko de choba pya to zamanda karina sama ngopo sa yabo ten ko shore then choba de man ze ten lu tapcha anda chi na yabo yo ma ka sana sama na ningba cha de len dawon ten choba pina yabo yo ma ze rang saya ali maya na madok des then choba pina yabo yo be cha samanda so jira shizen be cha shizen da woni na re karina ze be cha da ka yin an ten do be dorman da ji na dorman ruan da mo ja ya zamba ru de ne da ningba cha de ne do zamba ningba cha de lu chin na de xiao bo yo ma de so ze count up to yabo de putom na so nam so veres.
And when you are organizing your offerings to place on your shrine, whatever it is that you choose to place there, what's of most importance is that you set it out very nicely, very carefully, and use very, very clean, as pristine as possible offering substances. For example, if it wouldn't be appropriate if we had something in our kitchen said, oh, this is going bad, I can't eat it anymore, so maybe I can just use it on the shrine, we'll make an offering of it. Actually, that wouldn't, that would not be suitable. And actually, it says within, the scriptures, actually, it speaks about precisely these kinds of things, about not to do that, but to really set out very clean offerings very carefully. And in the same way, it also talks about, the sampa that we use, or like the grain that we're going to use to make the tormas. It's not like we take like something in our kitchen that we're usually eating and say, oh, we can't really make any like breads out of this anymore, anything, let's just use it for tormas. So again, that would not be appropriate. So very important to pay attention to this detail, to carefully place things and make sure they're very, very clean.
Then chagja china ombenza argam sen denu rawa argam chi then enza manam sen denu na china de shosal enza manam.
So now Drupanla is going to show us the mudras for when we're making these offerings. So
ombenza argam rawa ombenza enza manam sen denu china de shosal ta himba ji para ni de so.
Yeah, so you can follow in your text and watch Drupan.
Enza manam de chi jogja nam sen denu pa shin de shosal jogja nam sen dor be ke charawa.
So Troshanam is like this. What we're doing is we're sprinkling it. We're like casting it. So those we know, they're the same as our usual.
但瞧着的第一步的恩在嘛那的做在第一步你的军队是要嘛嘛不，我的恩在嘛那么先的路去，做在先的路去是吧？
So most of them are the ones that are often in our practice sadhanas. So we have these two new ones. We have the ansamanam and the ansamanam and the drokshanam like this. So hopefully you can see Drupon here. So those are the new ones here.
Oh, then that is my song to the jamru in door. Then jamru. Or the jamru, that's Sanjay Chutan Gendula, Dahuardan, the Jabs and Chess, the Sanjay Chutan and Dahuardan, the Jabs and Chess, set in it. Sanjay, that you can do the Kaduna Jabs, Chesserwa. Nanjor Zanga, Kandro Mas, then Nanjor and Nanjor, then Colodon Bandam. Sanga, I think I don't then Kandro Mate, Guancho from Dam Quasha. Or the Quasha Karsina, Colosum Gidanis, Colosum Senata, Colosum Tete, Guk Colo, Zonk Colo, Tok Colo Sandwa, then Chol the Yoritani do, then Chol had took you, Zidu or Tezigerwa, Guk Colo, Haji, Zonk Colo, that Guk Colo to go to Garwaji, Haji, Zonk Colo to go to Marbo, Haji, or the name. Talk color to go on the Haji or the Chi dinner till a yom Chili yom Gigi Chili zone that some other nicht terror nicht Nila, Napching of the Severate, Yamoni, Napching of Gino, Sever or Techi. Or that it has again do know the Goshara, Colosum Danis. Jadani them to all took you on Zina. Tigana, Napching of Gigana, Kare Napching of Hiro, or Navigana, or Gonsamji, Gomaji, Samaji, Yora, Gomash and Samashi Yora, Tedati, Kandroshi, so Domna took Sambara, or the Yamoni Dom took Rani, or Jetancina that took you Zanis Ranis and Teruda, so they was that Nigan, that Lamate, that Sanjay. Colodon Baching Arthur, Teachiing, Gendutas or Gusson to Colotas on the Zin and Ricos at Bawobam. Tanga Ganata Nigana, Bawotan, the Bamo, so Gunada to Jabs chairs, or then good someone Kaduna Jabs chairs, or Dad and Sanji Moto, what the Jabs Dorjee is lapure.
And so then come the words of refuge on the bottom of page 25. We now go for refuge, where we say, in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, I unceasingly take refuge. And what to note here in going for refuge to these three jewels is to just identify the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha as the objects of refuge. And unceasingly means just always, that, whenever it is, I always take refuge in you, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And then we go to page 26, where it says, in the Yogin, secret mantra, and Dakini, embodiments of the three wheels. And so here, where it says Yogin, so we have Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So we have Yogin, which is Chakrasamvara. We have, so now, these are also the objects of refuge. In the Yogin, which is Chakrasamvara. Secret mantra means the mantra, so mantras of the deities and so forth. And here, Dakinis, Anidilla Kandro di Dakini.
Kandro that is again do the show. Zangat Chuchira.
So when we had, in the common sources of refuge, we had Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And now here we have more uncommon in the secret mantra vehicle. We have the uncommon sources of refuge, which are the Yogin, which here is Chakrasamvara. And then we have the mantras, the secret mantra. And Dakini here represents the Sangha. But here within the secret mantra context, then it is the Dakinis who are the embodiment of the three wheels. And so when we talk about the three wheels, then we're speaking about here the three wheels being the wheel of body, speech, and mind. And within the wheels here of like the dakas and dakinis, the gendun, the different objects of refuge here. So these wheels are in the body wheel. Then there are the 8 male, and then in the speech wheel 8, and then in the body speech mind wheel, then there are 8 male dakas and dakinis. But then we also have the female. So in the body, then also there are 8 females. In the speech, 8 female, and then in the mind, 8. So here we have the 24, and this is what is referred to as the 24 holy places, the dakinis and the 24 holy places. So there are 16 in each times 3, which makes 48. And then yep, so there are 48 altogether. And when we visualize this, the body wheel is white, the speech wheel is red, and then the mind wheel is blue. So we have these 48 now, and additionally we have the 4 gatekeepers and the 4 guardians of the directions and the 4 dakinis. Adding these 12, we now have 60. And then as well, and then also then we have the Yab and the Yum, Chakrasamvara, and the Yum, so those 2 actually make 62. So now here we're going to, so here is our uncommon source of refuge. We can understand that now in the Yogan secret mantra and Dakini, the embodiment of the 3 wheels, and in the male and female spiritual warriors. So in all of these places, I unceasingly take refuge. And so it says, here I unceasingly take refuge, and what this means is until we attain the state of enlightenment, then we take refuge. And so the next line is creating, generating the mind of enlightenment, bodhicitta, where we say, for the sake of all sentient beings, I will become Haruka and establish all sentient beings in the supreme state of Haruka. So as we've now turned our focus to the purpose of all sentient beings, then this is a generation of bodhicitta.
God can't menheba, so God can't you mean tatamsi chede, can't menheba, the God. There is.
Didn't I check the chicken already? The road on did soak down Rabore.
Correct.
And he car, young chica.
Can't menheba, and then you mean that's it, tell the chede, can't need it, your maris.
So the rune ancient not a bay.
Root, yeah.
Or she hen ancient conda.
Hen the juice or don't bani res, you can't tomba. Or Kurbaja, you to tombani res. Run it, that's it, Daba, the Cheba, Temsi Chedi or res. Chedi or res, Swati, Yoba, the Mibala, that's it, Temsi Chedi or res. Or the God, the Conley, Neo, Maris Meneba, Meneba, Sena. Yantin, there are Neos, since it was a Yomarwa. The Ante Tombani, res, like Tondachina. Bejan doesn't allow to semi none and there are Neo, myself to Gumara. 요리 세나 lapsoma yo ma sena lapsu mare
Oh, lasso.
ndara ne yo se lapsu ndara ne yo mare se lapsu mara
That's the tso runi tsok down drabo chakri.
so san ta pa che ba ta ndawon jana
And so then we have next on page 27, Shri is non-dual primordial wisdom. He is emptiness of causes and so forth. Ru is without assemblage, and Ka is nowhere abiding. And so when we first look at this, Shri means to be free of the duality of subject-object grasping. He, which is free of and empty of causes and so forth. And when we speak about causes here, we speak about the cause for samsara, the cause of samsara. Ru is without assemblage. And when we say Ru is without assemblage, what we're talking about is the four extremes, which keep us free from falling to the extremes of eternalism, as fixating to things as existent, and also free of nihilism, fixating to things as non-existent. And Ka is nowhere abiding means when we look for the abiding nature and we look into that, then we cannot find existence, nor can we find non-existence. So in short, this is the meaning of these lines here. And so we here have I am glorious Heruka, the cause of benefit and happiness for all sentient beings, Shri Heruka Ham. So here it says, for the purpose of sentient beings, I am the glorious Heruka, in English, but also in this mantra here, Shri Heruka Ham, this also means the very same thing.
소우지 풍부 남바나 소레 풍부 제단 진의 배자 코나나 소우지 풍부 남바나 소레 풍부 dorje니만 두히 풍부 배마 카르와 두지 풍부 dorje 절보제 들라셔와 tindu tata ne da chang ko ma da wa so ji pung bo number na so re pung bo dorje rinchen jung dian du xie pung bo be ma ka sa tata na wan ta ye jin da o pa me ji ba wa ko wa na wan ta ye wa tene du ji pung bo tong yu chu ba wa te wa te nam xie re nam xie pung bo dorje sim ba wa ta tin ju de pung bo nga se te jaba re nga se tenruchi kam nga chi ne sa kam te sanje je ma la ba sa ne sanje je ma chune ma ma ge ji dan be sha ko na ma dong ji ma se le zo ji ma se le gu ji ma se le tenru la yo la dem cho ko na na ni de wa de yin na da de ko ma da sa ne sanje je ma chi chune ma ma ge ma ge me kam ne ta se te ko gar mo se te shi long come the tamsek drama. Or the Namkin come Dorjee Inchuk Master Lando. Dorjee Inchuk. What that Pumbo, not the come what it that 我这呢天气下的天气在这没看的，天气下呢这里
晒宁波嘛
没晒宁波了吧？没得晒宁波，强调是把天气臭，但是把臭这么这个了吧？天气臭是把臭是。我这呢没得晒宁波去，那把强那都这去，那那给宁波去。
Oh, that's called that's lasso. Today, na this side.
南开宁波是拉松，南开宁波拉松哪的？没得晒宁波拉松啊。
晒宁波的，你的，记住了？
对，那把强那都这。
强都这哈。
那南开宁波去。我这呢，这两是那他几天往出去。我这旅这把那把是吧？这一级工作上不是那多。我的南些但这趟去的南些是把抽，他有的了，然后是把抽巧个，是把抽，可是呢，手多些嘛是的，这多些嘛是，这多些嘛是，但是出这时候这个是下个人，我这是多些嘛是，我这其实呢，他这趟去碰过啊，就把人啊是用看啊用啊，我这是让他们今天要不光头是我穷说呢，这碰过的时候这别抢手碰过那让一马着吧。那罗基本没把车送那在那边那抢着给，所以碰过那在那一里，我在看面那在那一让一去马着吧，这果然这米看啊，那次西送那么这个，恰当么送接送这样，然后恰头个马来斯，恰当么送接送那在那边，我这样让一恰头个马来斯，我那碰过这趟碰过啊，就是内地有的是。他们啊，让一年多的是，我的一拿他说我些小嘛吧，但我嘛些地方说碰过人几百千包有的，真几百千包的，真几百千包的，真就是让他把钱给嘛吧，我这那把那是我些小嘛的，但说我些呢，东半年让一那真的那把那是的，但没呢没坚持呢，但怕恰当么说建筑没收是通呢，我恰当么说建筑那的没那生意不恰个嘛的。我看的是呢，这让一毛着吧，多少呢？这生意不是。没金巴子说，金巴子说让一毛着吧。我这恰当么说嘛钱呢？可能让一毛着吧多呢？这个呢，这些呢，这咱别想着这那啥呀？心路那路毛不就有了吧？我这是从嘛这让一毛着吧，这呢，我多少呢？真的，但。强调是把这个强调出来，这个啊，就恰当么说啊，呢，就是我写个嘛的，这我嘛写的，个恰当么说建筑个，这提碰过的看就是让他把多头个嘛的意思。你那当然说这嘛写呢，真的说让一眼的trouble的有的是trouble的来说，这我是确认个意思。我这今天中国基本上把都能用是 trouble 中有了公钱呢。
考虑了。
但要我年的吃下去嘛，基本上把都能用是 trouble。基本上把都能用是 trouble 有的是，都能用是 trouble 的是了吧？还可算。
对着了。
所以说，基本上把它都听见嘛都，这基本上把都能用是 trouble 呢，也能 trouble 有的是。
那是。
我这里，那这十八那就说下来嘛的是，可能也能 trouble 有的是。
刚才讲过，的卡雷用是 trouble。
接连它也用是 trouble 的是。基本上把是哪算？基本上把是接连是吧？我这里面也能用是trouble的有的是，可能那这十八说下来嘛的是。说距离有的是。我这其实呢，我这基本上把都能用是 trouble，都呢现在已经3年嘛工作有的是。
都呢？
我用是 trouble。
用是 trouble。
我都能用是 trouble，现在3年嘛工作有的是吧？我嘛头这现在做十八说下来这种嘛的是。我这老晓得，这女这个做碰碰看看的那什么让一。个人的 trouble 的是，是那俺当初这来的牛毛马来边的呢，出送的，我真的我写小马来种的，我这真就是。
And so now on page 28, where we start to read the words of the visualization. And so we have just gone for refuge and said the words on 27 about the true abiding nature. I am glorious Haruka. I'm here for benefit and happiness of all sentient beings. And we move on, and the generation stage. I appear as the great glorious Chakrasamvara. My 5 aggregates are the 5 Buddha families. My 5 elements are the 5 mothers, and my sense sources are the bodhisattvas. And so here we understand that which has been primordially the case of the primordial existence within the aggregates, the elements, and the sense sources, where our 5 aggregates, it says, are the 5 Buddha families. And so this means the 5 male Buddhas. And so the aggregate of form is naturally and primordially Vairocana. The aggregate of feeling primordially has been Ratna Sambhava. The aggregate of perception primordially has been, here we say, Amitabha. And the aggregate of formation, Amoga Siddhi. And the aggregate of consciousness, Vajrasattva. And so this has primordially been the case as well as for the 5 elements of our body, such as earth, water, fire, wind, and space, are primordially have been in the nature of the 5 female Buddhas. And the earth element of our body is the Buddha Gyama. And in the water element, the Dakini Mamaki. In the fire element, the white-clad Dakini. In the wind element, Samayatara. And in the element of space, Vajra, queen of space. And then we have the 5 sense sources, eye, ear, tongue, nose, mind, touch, and so forth. And our 5 senses as well have primordially been the 5 male bodhisattvas. In the ear, in the eye, the earth essence, bodhisattva. In the ear, bodhisattva Vajrapani. In the tongue, Chenrezig. In the nose, the bodhisattva, sky essence. And the mind, bodhisattva Samantabhadra Reksha. Dene mik. Na Reksha yorbe rek. And then in the sense of touch, the bodhisattva who is free of all obscurations. And and the mind, Samantabhadra, bodhisattva Samantabhadra. And so this has been primordially the nature of our 5 sense sources. And then actually as well, so we have the eye, and then so we have the male bodhisattva, for example, earth essence in the eye. And there is the female bodhisattva that corresponds as well. So we have the eye sense, but then we have the object, which are our appearances, the object of the eye senses, which would be the female counterpart here. And in the ear, then we have Vajrapani, it would be the female counterpart. So this is something we should also know, that the objects of these sense sources are also in the primordial state of the female bodhisattvas. And we should understand that if we have not understood the true abiding primordial nature of our aggregates, elements, and sense sources, then this is the reason why we actually create any clinging association or fixating or aversion towards any of these, or any ignorance about any of these. It's because we have not recognized the true abiding nature. So we cling to our aggregates, we cling to our bodies and sense sources, we fixate and we obsess on different things. But if we realize that primordially these things are the nature of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Bodhisattvas and so forth, then there won't be clinging. And as well, if we realize that clinging itself is not truly established, there is no true establishment in these clinging thoughts and feelings. For example, we can get attached to different kinds of tastes and different foods and so forth, or averse to them, or just ambivalent about them. And this is because we have not truly, authentically recognized that our sense sources are the bodhisattvas and the objects the bodhisattvas. And so it's also said, Lojikten Sumgun has said about the creation stage, that actually the creation stage, that which we intentionally visualize and create, has actually always been established as such. It is just that we haven't realized that, but it is actually already established as such primordially from the very beginning. And so, because of our obscurations, we are veiled. We are veiled from seeing that these things have been primordial. Because of our karma, our imprints, and our veils, we don't see that they have actually always been primordially established in this way. And this is something that Lord Jigten Samgun has said.
Wata tukso hone hongi ngan nanjang marse hejorwes shojin chobe yonsu chorbe meche dorje rabatans lamdo wata tetere tukso hone rang tuke hon yorwa wata tuke hone hongi nga asana tati om sumba ne hon se do te hongi nga te she yorwa om sumba ne hon pi hana hon pi hana baya 아내야 보방가 만자 홍홍 비선도와 어티시오레 다 당보세 샤르고 줘라 칸도티 나안장 마르세데도 투카혼데 옴 숨바네 홍세데 샤르고 줘지 안자하나 세데 창고 줘지
투카르네
창고로와
리리디 양 투카르네
어타지바라데 어드네 안자하나 세데지 되네
카도
원장 그린도 원장 장 원장 기지 되네 안자 하나 봐야 세트 노무라다 마르오지 되네 아내야 보방가 스르오지 다데 초시 소소 초시 지나 야암도 지나 두용 샤지 용 창지 자 노업지 이해공 소는 지나 되와 어디랑 금디 티고 지네 대치리 다테 텐두 어딘가 아서소기 배 첨보요바 디나 게이트 화치 강양 마탈레 텔레 워젠 트릭데레 어때도 게이트 화치 다 마토블레 디 메이크 마토블레 어텐 다텐두 인더스 나시 요바지 초진 초베 용스 초르 메케 도지 어텔레 워젠 트로네 데 메케 도지 라바다 사이 자바코 상마 도지 크랑지 데 도지 랑지 센 사신 트베 통다코 그레 어데
기던다크레
사신 트베
사신 트베
사신 트베 통다코 그레 도지 랑지 sana Dorjee saiki, Dorjee rawa, Dorjee korse, ta ten ruriwa, laji, wata zo, iki me maya kurkanti, iki me kurkanti, sansa gaiti humni, chebe zaten ramje chenpo se, wata sampa se na, ta gaiti zo chenpo zo, samek, te farshi dama tole, wata zaten, zahin, tenpa, yo bata, ten ramje chenpo chores, wata, ten samlo dango res. Zungkor de yante da.
Ni di sumbani di.
Shogdan tan do mera jashtan be nante de do te.
Kaçı?
Jashtan ba.
Okay. And so we have now visualized our aggregates, elements, and sense sources in this way. And then next it says, from the life four-syllable Hung at my heart emerge the four Sumbani mantras. and they are black, green, red, and yellow. They emanate into the and transform into an indestructible Vajra fence, and so on. Now, these mantras themselves are on page 80. So we'll be reading here, continuing on from where we are on page 28 and 29, but just so you know where the actual mantras are that I'm reading, that's where they can be found. The first of the Sumbani mantras is Om Sumbani, Sumbani Hong Hong Pith, and it is dark blue, and it, from the Hong at one's heart center, then dark blue light emerges with this mantra emerges in really tremendously big mantra letters, creating a protection sphere in the east, a dark blue protection sphere in the east. And then again, from one's heart center with Om Grihana Grihana Hong Hong Pith, the mantra from one's heart center forms a vast protection sphere to the north. And with Om Grihana Grihana Hong Hong Pith, Om Grihana Grihana Baya Grihana Hong Hong Pith, then the mantra emanates to the west and forms a tremendous protection sphere. And then from one's heart center, Om Anayaho Bhaga Vajra Hong Hong Pith, the protection sphere is formed in the south, and it is yellow. So again, these are performing protection spheres in the four directions, and we visualize here that the form of the mantra is huge. So it is coming from one's heart, and it is so big, actually, these protection spheres, that no obstructors or harm doers can penetrate it. Further on here, it says, for example, at the bottom of 28, they emanate into the four directions and transform into an indestructible Vajra fence. So now it speaks about their nature. So there's a Vajra fence, ground, web, tent, canopy, and dome, but it starts with Vajra. And what this means is it is firm, it is solid, it is impenetrable to any obstructors or harm doers. And further on it says wisdom and a dome of wisdom flames, becoming a vast protection sphere, solid, secure, and utterly terrifying. It's impregnable to obstructors, even Brahma. So even to someone, such as Brahma, could not penetrate this solid protection sphere.
Could you repeat the directions of the mantras?
Sambani is east and blue. Grihana is north and green. Grihana, Baya Grihana is west and red. And Om Ani Yaho Bhaga, I don't have all the mantra in front of me, is south and yellow.
Nga jin do ta ji pa da ti Dorjee sai rawa ko la de se ti nga zu ti la ko on ba za me de ne ba ba se na Dorjee sai no ko sho de da yang te ji pa de nga ta on ma za ja ga ra on ma za be zi ra hong ba hong ma za be da na hong kong so la sho lan za mo zo na ar ga na ka na hong hong pi ya da ti chi dan de sa da ti su shi ra ma do wa ti tong da ji pa de is wa.
And what we can understand in the next mantra on page 29 with the Om Andini Vajra Bhava Vajra Bandha Hong, Om Vajra Pakara Hong Bam Hong. So it's the meaning of what we have just generated with the four Sambani mantras with that visualization. So the meaning is exactly the same.
Oh, the chi ne today that so yin te ya ren do so yin. Oh, so yin ji ya da rang he ru ga zi de rang he ru ga da dum chao zi de yu ra. Ti tu kan wo zhen chu ne lama tong ko lo de be la son du na ka jian chang si ba lama ko lo de be la son du na ka jian chang ne te ne wo dan ban za sa ma za se ti jian chang tong da la re da wo te ji ne wo de na mong gu ru be se ta lama je bo do nama Cakrasamvara mendalis that's it hakura. What's it sheet in it? What's that? Colodum Belato. Talamadi dance Sama Giant Tindulita, Sosukia, Chobapia, and I want to do it.
Now on page 30, we have the field of accumulation, which is the light radiating from the hung at the heart of myself, appearing as Haruka, invites the Guru and the gathering of Chakrasamvara deities into the space before me. Vajrasamaja, the words of invitation. So here oneself is generated in the form of Chakrasamvara, and that the hung at yourself, appearing as the Haruka. And then you invite before you this Chakrasamvara, the field of accumulation, to, and then you pay homage with Namo Guru Be, Namo Shri Chakrasamvara Mandala Be. So these are words of homage and veneration to the entire mandala of Chakrasamvara, and now you are preparing yourself to make offerings to them.
Chinang choba shinda shagale rwa. Wada chin choba de argam badin gu te so. De chi te chobi thamo juru ndo rwa. Wada so chi choba de. De nang choba de zara dusin choya de. De sangme choba de om sabada tanga ta anuraga se do na aswa. Wada so nang ko rwa. Wada tnu da wada choba de.
So ani dekonani eh?
Ah.
Dekonani yang Dikola lapore. Tanda lapkorbe. And so here on page 31, we have offerings. These are the words. It's a Sanskrit mantra that are elucidating all of the outer offerings. So we have both the outer, inner, secret, and suchness. But first we look at the outer and inner offerings. And here we have the outer offerings on page 31. So again, we have adgam, we have padyam, we have pushpam, so those that we're familiar with. And on the next page then we have and then continuing on with page 32, Om Vajraveni Hong Hong Pet and so forth. These are also outer offerings. Really outer. And so the outer offerings continue here on page 32, and then at the top of 33 with Om Pansa Amrita Puja Mega and so forth. This is an inner offering. Here with this. Swaha. Swaha. And so on page 31 with the outer offerings, we have Om Shri Haruka, so we know this is Chakrasamvara here. Sapariwara means together with your retinue. Then we have Argam, which is the object of offering, and we have Praticha. Praticha means now each of you, please eat. Please take this, please enjoy this. And to close, that is Svaha, so it has been done, so it's been accomplished.
Oh, that's it. Om Yere Heruga Sabaravara Argam Badim Shabda Badin de so. Then Om Beza Venice, that's it, Venice and all. That's it. That jail Machinarisa, that is Malosh.
Okay, so now on page 32 we have some mudras for some particular offerings, and Drupon La will now show us those, I think. So it's like a stringed instrument, and Drupon La said some people do it like this and some people do it like... And so this is a wind instrument, like a lute. And so the mirtam ge is like a drum that you beat on the sides. Murage. So this is also from Murage is also a drum beat, so it's like, but they have the place that you strike it on the top. And hase is an offering of laughter. So this is Vajra Lase is a little bit like a charming countenance, charming demeanor. Tingsha Gerte. So Gerte is like the tingsha, it has the two metal pieces and you ring it together. And so here with Om Vajranete it's like the lotus mudra, like the round. Oh, like dancing. Dancing mudra, dancing. Dinerte. So we have the flowers for pushpe, and for dupe is the incense, dipam, the candle light or butter lamp. So gende, the scented water. So with Rupang Vajra, this is a mirror. Rasa. Rasa the Rasa sena the nevite nangshin rupe country nangshin. Sparse kondak the rasa young kirchik.
Rasa se ko no tulo no ko sho sare.
Okay. So and rasa is rasa is like a brocade or fabric. Rasa gende. And so actually rasa, so correction there, rasa is like navite, which is an offering of food. And sparse is like a brocade or a very exquisite fabric. And then we have the Dharmadhatu, like is the Dharma source of all phenomena. And these are all still within the category of outer offerings.
Om Sabarshin Banzar Hong Hong Pi, Om Dharma Dardu Banzar Hong Hong Virava. Or that Rima, Nanchu Terva, Nanchu Badi, Benza Armada, Benza Megata, Duci Jansu Chimbo, Setat Chu, Tonatari, Duci Jansu Chimbo Chus.
And so then we have the mantra of the inner offering at the top of 16. The outer offerings have just finished. We have the inner offering with Om Pansa Amrita Puja Mega and so forth. And here what we're envisioning as these 5 nectars, 5 meats, that these become vast and huge offerings.
Armadazi, Dutz Kogura, Dutz Mando, Bunza Santa Kogre, Bunza Mengas and Choba, Chotin, Chobi Dindom Kogre. Samudra Senate Jansu Kogre. Sabara Senate, that's a Jebit on the Pajiba Kogre. Samaya sent Tamsek, Tamsek, so he is.
And so here we look at the words of this mantra. We start with Om Pansa Amrita. Dene Om Pansa Amrita ani di dotse chikpo gikolare. So this represents the 5 nectars with Om Pansa Amrita. Puja Mega are vast offering clouds. Samudra is like the ocean. Saparana is extensive. And then we have Samaya, which your sacred pledge. So we have that little kapala with us, next to us at our practice space. And with this, saying this mantra, we then take a little bit of so you take it with these 2 fingers of your left hand, and then you touch together, so it's on both, and then you do like this. So.
Om Sarva Datangata Anuranga Badarasubaba Imago Sitati Zamen Choban Urwa. The Zamen Chobat, Zarva Datangata, the Tigi Patamchi Srwa. Tigi Patamchi, Yes Chabanga, and Tatunda Sekusha. Or that is Jetanchin, Yes Chabas, Singawa Srwa. What the cheat in the Zamen Chobati, the Konani Chobat, that's a so Patina, Dombe, Nantis, Yamachin, Mamixi, Chobayo, Maris Choja, Choba. Choya, Choja, Choji, Somarangi, Madropa, the Konani Choba.
And with Om Sarva Tathagata Anuragana and so forth, this is the mantra by which we then offer the secret offering of suchness, or the secret offering of bliss emptiness. So here we, with Om Sarva Tathagata, this means all of you Tathagatas, Anuragana and so forth, we will regard Om Sarva Tathagata di Sarvado Anuragana.
Oh,
lasso. So I am, all you Tathagatas, I am of the very same nature. That is my nature. So that is what we are visualizing here. And then here for a moment, understanding this inseparable and empty nature, we rest within that nature for a moment here. And there's no particular offering, but resting in that nature is the 4th offering, which is the suchness offering. So clarifying that what is experienced and understood at the time of this Om Sarva Tathagata mantra. Again, Om Sarva Tathagata means all of you Tathagatas. Then Anuragana, regard us all. Vajra Svabhava, you have the nature of the Vajra. Admakoham, that is my nature. And for a moment here, then we rest in bliss emptiness, the dualistic experience of bliss emptiness.
Yeah,
So we take a tea break here.